So can you see why I think this is a little bit... So there's the first reason why I say that the way that I was raised is not helping in modern society. Second is in any other type of job security or job, whatever you call it. For example, I don't have one right now, but when you try to fill in the paper that says you want a job, it's called an application. Let's say that I'm trying to apply for McDonald's. Probably won't, but let's say that I'm trying to.
I hear they're very horrible too, so like...
Iffy. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. They can't be much worse than where I'm working now. But anyway, so back in the day, you fill out the application, you give it back, you wait a little bit, they contact you asking when you can be ready for an interview. Okay. They don't know if you're eager for a job. That's what the interview is for. What do you see now? Okay, you can put in an application. Most of them are online. I've put in roughly 24 or more applications online.
A few moments later.
That was weird. A few on paper. Guess how many responded? She already knows the answer. 1. Banterra Bank responded by email telling me they were not interested. 1 out of 24 is a horrible ratio. So I started commenting about it to my family, my church, a few random people that I met, and my coworkers. Everyone said the same thing, and it does not make any sense. You have to apply, then call, email, visit them. Okay. Remember how I said that the reason for the interview was to find out if you really wanted the job? If it's changed to become now, we're not even going to give you an interview to find out. We want you to prove before we interview you by annoying the snot out of us. Call us, email us, visit us. So, through a lot of annoying experimenting, I found out a few things about society. 1, it is completely controlled by socialization. Remember what I said that they wanted you to do? Call, email, visit. All of that has to do with socializing. talk on the phone. Try to get across to these people that you really want this job more than everyone else. So that's socializing. Second, and this one annoys me to no end. What do you add to a job application no matter what happens? Your resume. If I only got a response from one place, do you really think they care? I think they don't care about my resume. So my experience in Walmart, the place I'm working right now, Speedway, the thrift store, voting judge, lawn care, a lot of different experience and work. Then switch over to I'm good with kids. I'm good with the elderly. I'm good with attempted comedy. Kind of. I speak sign. And this is completely useless, but how many people do you know that can read rune? Normally 0. Wasp. I can read rune. I volunteered at Heron House of Hope. All of that should count for something. Clearly, nowadays, it means diddly squat. Which, for those of you who don't know that movie line, apparently all of my experience in the work area, all of my different skills mean because I'm not willing to make trying to live nowadays a social transaction, because that's what it is. It's a social transaction. Words across the screen here. It's a social transaction, and well, there's 3 parts which I'm trying to get across. And I'm doing a horrible job. First, social transaction. Second, it's all based on lying. Remember what I said about trying to get across to the potential boss that you want the job more than other people? How do you do that? Sound eager. I'm not eager to go to work. Who's actually eager to go to work? Okay, maybe one person now. But most people don't want to go to work. They have to. If I was working as a comedian, maybe. If I was working as a YouTuber only, maybe. If my job was YouTuber, comedian, and writer, maybe. but I doubt that's going to happen. So I have to go to a job I don't want to have. So it's lying. Do I really want the job? Nope. Do I want to go to that job? Nope. Here's a big one. You can't badmouth your previous workplace. Why do you think I'm trying to find a new place to work? Because I have nothing good to say about it. Really, the entire thing is trying to lie your way into a new place to work. So, socialization, lying, and the third one is that society is not accepting. There's different ways to say this. The best way that I can think of is to say society wants control. Who do you think is the person that decided you have to have a certificate to work as an interpreter? The idiot in politics who doesn't have one. You really think that somebody in government has an interpreter license and made that law? No. The person who made that law is someone who decided that because I have the right, I will make it so that only people who have a license can interpret. Little tidbit here. When I was living in Indiana, the first time I moved there, I was living in the RU home. BRRM home. I'll put the words across the screen so you know what that means. The Better Roads Recovery Ministry. It's an addiction home. I went there. I started working in the church. People found out like that. This guy's skill with sign is right up there with the licensed interpreter. The only difference, a lot of applied training, none. Okay, so I was working with the deaf there a lot. Guess what I noticed? Roughly 2 or 3 months before I moved again, there was a new interpreter on the screen. Her skill level, okay, let's say the professional interpreter, his level is here. Mine, roughly like there. This lady's,
Mine.
But which ones are on the screen?
The one that sucks.
The professional and the one that doesn't do well. Those two are on the screen. I've never been on the screen.
Wow.
I didn't want to be on the screen because I'm more of a one-on-one And that's what I did. I would interpret for the deaf people that can't see the screen. That's how these things tend to... So, I've seen some licensed Illinois interpreters. Am I allowed to say that my signing skill compared to theirs was a little... I knew what I was doing better than that person did. But I'm not allowed to do it because I don't have a piece of paper from other smart people deciding that I know what I'm doing. So, it's all control. We want to control who can lift their hands and who can't. We want to control who can get a job, who can't. As my family does it, we want to control who you can interact with, who you can't. Everything now is about control. I'm not supposed to do this because he told us not to from the pulpit, but anyway, the pastor in my church telling us, don't badmouth the church.
It sucks. I can say that.
I had no part in that.
Hey, it's true.
So, if you're supposed to be God's go-between, God, the people,
God.
pastor, send the message from God to the people, right? That's what the pastor's supposed to do. Who do you think gave the pastor the message of don't badmouth the church?
Himself.
Not God. God knows. She has her own mouth. She has her own opinion. She has her right to speak. I am an individual. I have my right to speak. When the pastor tells you don't badmouth the church, he is telling you we don't care about your right to free speech. Control. Because I've done it one time in the church, I interpreted for a hard of hearing woman. Where did I sit?
What's that?
Well, yes. So the auditorium, if I can, I'll add a picture of it here. I don't know if anything popped up there, but
Right here.
right. So you can see the shape of the auditorium. Did you see that little 45-degree angle on the back left? There's an arrow pointing to it right now.
Right here.
So, normally, the deaf just sit wherever they want. Equal access, equal opportunity for the deaf and the hearing alike. Where were we sitting? Right there. The back left. the most hard to see spot they could find. Because we don't want it to be a distraction.
Control.
I didn't even have to say it. They wanted to control.
Because they...
And then, on top of that,
Oh my god,
There's
no,
a-
guys.
well, I'm just going to put a beep noise on, whatever.
Okay, thank God.
So, there's 2 people, kind of 3, in the church who know Spanish. How many Spanish-speaking people are in the church as visitors?
It has to be a low number.
0. Sorry about that.
There's a squirrel.
Interruption by a squirrel who is still over there.
Staring at us.
Here, take a picture with your phone.
Oh, wait.
You can send it to me and I can add it to the screen. So, long story short, is using all these different examples I've tried to get across, you guys can see that I think that society has devolved from a good, almost working system to now being a control-hungry, messed up, socializing system that does not work for people like me or her.
It's eating.
So, I'm sorry, this is a longer video. I will try to cut as much out as I can. I can't believe that's working.
Oh my god.
Where'd he go? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's over there. It's on the grass. Hi.
Oh.
You can't see me on camera, but I'm kind of on a concrete floor in moderate pain.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, normally I can handle pain, but that's new type of pain. I'm right here.
Come on. You're not gonna be able to get up.
Well,
Come on.
here, do me a favor. Copycat this for me, since you're the one they can see. I'll see you in the. I will see you.
I will see you
In next
in
video.
video.
And happy trails.
Happy trails.
And the video's like get back up.